You ready?
I'm here.
All right. Give me a second and we're going to just start this and go. It's going to start in just a second. About 30 seconds. Let the promo play. All right. So what's up, Jill? What's going on, man? You felt that you can actually come and teach me? Are you muted? You're muted. Unmute yourself.
Hey, what's going on? Crimson, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going.
My brother from another planet.
I want to tell you, happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too. Happy
Mhm.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Kwanzaa is a fake holiday, so I can wish you Happy Kwanzaa.
All holidays are fake, Jill.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We all decide on something and then that makes it real. Or some people decide on shit and it makes it real to them, like your God, your evidence for election tampering, and your manhood. So what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing, man. I've been really busy of late. I haven't been doing many streams, but you brought up the election. I have been doing streams following this contended election. Trump is, of course, challenging the
Hey, hate to be pedantic, but aren't
yeah.
all elections contended? Like you have two people that's contended for one thing. Isn't
Mhm.
isn't that the same thing?
After election day,
Um, of course, after election day, people still don't like losing, like
right?
loser Donald.
Like Hillary Clinton, who still to this day hasn't conceded.
Um, where do you get that? She
Hillary
conceded the
Clinton
day
said
after the election.
no, she did not. She still to this day says that
So
Trump
wait,
is
wait, 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 wait,
the
wait.
election.
What is a concession speech?
She didn't give a concession speech. She sent
What
someone
is
else
what is a concession speech?
a concession speech. She did. She never gave.
Really?
Yes.
Are
Can you show
is
me
that the
Hillary? Can you show me Hillary Clinton giving a concession speech? Can you show me that on YouTube?
Oh, it's got to be on YouTube.
It's got to
Oh, I
be.
love
It's got
that.
to be somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. If she
So
gave
if I
one,
give you one, if I show you one, then you can't say anything, right?
we have Hillary Clinton on record as late as 2020. That's 2020. That's this year, saying that Trump did not win the election. That doesn't sound
By
like
popular vote.
no, no. She said that he stole the election, that he cheated, that he got Russian interference. Remember the whole Russian collusion thing for three and a
So
half years?
so if I give you a actual screen where she's actually conceded, would what would you say then? I just want to
I
know.
would say, I
I
would
want to
say,
know your standard of evidence.
I would say I was wrong in the fact that she gave a speech to her concession, but not wrong in the sense that she still to this day is saying that Trump stole the election. Even though the Mueller report proved her to be a liar and proved her Russian collusion hoax to be just what Donald Trump calls it, a hoax. That such is not the case for
No,
Trump's
actually, it
challenge.
does show that there was assistance by the. Says who? Barr? Says who?
Says
Barr?
Barr.
Was it Barr who said that? Who totally
No.
miscategorized the report?
What
There
report?
were congressional studies, and look, Jill, I want to ask you this question: what would you say if I have proof that Hillary Clinton gave a concession speech?
I would say again, I answered that question. I'll answer it again. If she did give a concession speech, I would still say that she to this day is denying Donald Trump as a legitimate president. She called him an illegitimate president, and Biden agreed.
Did he win the popular vote?
Popular vote has nothing to do with being illegitimate.
Oh, okay. So.
That's not why she said he was illegitimate.
You don't like
She said he was
democracy.
illegitimate.
You don't like
because of-
democracy.
I don't like democracy. Democracy
Yeah.
has nothing to do with a popular vote. Democracy, and our system of democracy, we vote through what's called the Electoral College. So yes, I'm here to teach you.
Also, if someone won the electoral college, then they would be president, right?
Yes, that's according to our system.
Is that
our
right?
Democracy. Yes.
Can you do me a favor? I need you to do me one big favor, okay?
Sure.
Can you look at?
Are you going to show me an electoral
Actually,
college
try to make it
map?
bigger.
I have a map for you
Oh.
to see too.
Oh, wait. Now, the Associated Press is nonpartisan, correct?
No, the Associated Press leaves heavily to the left.
So does
You lied.
reality, but by
You
all
lied.
standards.
You were lied to, sir. Those states are still being contested. The ones that they lit up blue for Biden, for
Really?
Beijing Biden, they're still being contested. Yeah, in the courts.
Really? So,
Yes.
how many
Yeah.
lawsuits has Trump actually tried and failed at, or actually had to withdraw himself?
Trump has about a dozen lawsuits. He's lost 5 of them.
A dozen?
Yes.
I think you need to multiply that by 5.
No. Those are lawsuits that were brought.
So it hasn't.
Those are lawsuits that were.
It hasn't been.
Those were lawsuits that were brought by individuals, not Trump. Individuals who saw the same thing that Trump witnessed.
And his legal team?
Fraud. No, not by his legal team, by individuals who were contesting, or who were witnesses, eyewitnesses to fraud. Over 1,000 affidavits were signed, sworn affidavits. Those individuals then came forward and sued, or brought their case to court. Those are not Trump cases. Trump has about 12 cases. He still has the PA case on the docket, the ones where the Supreme Court did not want to see the evidence. So he's challenging the election with several lawsuits. A small portion of those suits have been Trump, and a majority of them have been launched by individuals that, if the courts would ever hear them, would overturn this election.
So is it? Wait. Is an individual, if it's a Trump legal counsel, is that still an individual?
They could say that they're Trump's legal counsel, but somebody like Sidney Powell is not on Trump's legal team. Sidney Powell is an attorney herself who has not been hired by Trump. She is not on the Trump legal team. She never was, because of conflict of interest. Yeah, somebody like Sidney Powell, people like Sidney Powell, Americans, patriots who love this country, who don't want to see a third world type of election happen where ballots are being stuffed, where people are flipping votes in counties 6,000 at a time, double counting Biden only ballots, backdating ballots,
Wait, wait, wait,
pristine
wait, wait, wait,
Biden
wait,
only
wait, wait, wait,
ballots.
wait, 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 wait. Let's do that. So wait, stop, Jill, stop. So you said that like votes are being flipping, right? Um,
Yeah,
so let's ask this question: how many Dominion, right? Spell that for me. The how do you spell Dominion? The men. Nope. I spelled it wrong. Because I know it's spelled fucking uh counting machines. I am horrible with spelling. Don't laugh at me. Well, you can laugh. That's the only thing you can laugh about me. Counties did Trump win? Okay. Google's a wonderful thing. Let's
it is if you're a
no.
leftist.
Yeah, sure.
Did
So
you
we're
get
gonna
a
look
pass?
up because wasn't it that the majority of the wasn't it that the counting machines district Trump won?
You were breaking up.
Wasn't that true?
I didn't hear what you just said. You were breaking up there.
I said, wasn't it that the Dominion Trump machines, most of the district that Dominion had their counting machines, Trump won, right?
I'm not sure why that's
Huh?
relevant. If we can find, yeah, Trump won all of the bellwether cities, right? But the point is that there are certain strategic locations. See, the Democrats are really smart. They tried this in 2016, but they failed. So they decided to only target certain cities, certain swing states. And that's why we have these states are now being contested in the courts because they were really strategic about where they did their voting fraud. And where all these irregularities are showing up are in these swing states. Just a coincidence that these are the swing states that won Trump the election last year. So they were a lot more strategic this year with their cheating. Democrats cheat every year in every election. We know that. We know cities like Philadelphia, cities like Chicago,
What's the cheating?
history of stuffing ballots,
What cheating do they do?
double
What cheating do they
counting,
do?
backdating, stuffing the ballot box, stuffing the ballot box, putting ballots
So that would
hiding
mean
only
that
ballots.
wait. So let me ask this question. So if somebody was like purposely stopping another party from voting, would that consider cheating? Say if
I
the
would say,
Democrats,
yeah,
fucking Democrats, because I fucking hate the Democrats, right? I hate the fucking Democrats. But if
right.
they were sit back and like purge voter rolls for people, would you consider that cheating?
What do you mean by purge voter rolls? Rolls. What is that? You mean like curing ballots?
Okay, when you purge something, you take something out. So they take people's name off of the voting registration list. Would you consider that cheating if the Democrats did that shit?
Yeah. If you can find evidence of that, I would say yes. That would be
Shit.
dishonest. Yeah.
Damn. God damn. Really? You sure about
Yes.
that?
Yes. And we believe that's what happened in this election. We believe that's what the Democrats have done in several counties with the mail-in ballot scheme. They People were Trump supporters were going to the ballot to vote for Trump, and were told that they had already voted through a mail-in ballot. So those mail-in ballots were
So,
switched to Biden.
hey,
They were
can you do me a favor? Can you do me a
Yes, if you
favor?
find evidence of
So
that,
since you
please.
said that's
That would be voting fraud.
so, if
Yeah,
you said that was dishonest, right?
that would be
You
fraud.
said that was
Yes,
dishonest, right?
yes, that's what the Democrats are accused
Oh,
of here.
what does the screen say, man? What is it? No,
I don't
I
see.
brought that up. I gave you a
Right.
hypothetical.
Uh-huh.
What does that say? Wait. Alleges that
Alleges.
200,000 Georgia voters were wrongly removed from the voter rolls.
Uh-huh.
Wait.
Alleged.
Sued
Allegedly.
Georgia Secretary of State Brad Roethlisberger.
Uh-huh.
Wait. Allegedly. So you're
Yeah.
saying that they didn't win the suit?
Win what suit? Against who?
That actually the ACLU won the suit.
And when was this?
They won the suit. The ACLU won the suit.
When was this? When did this happen?
So the court
When
case
did this happen?
went before a judge.
When?
The
When?
court
Who?
case
What?
went
Where?
before the judge.
When? Can you answer it?
Shut up, man.
Can you
I'm
answer
telling
when?
you.
Yeah.
Can you and look. The article was written on December the 2nd, 2020.
Uh-huh.
This is when our lawsuit was. Are you watching the screen?
Yeah. Yeah. The hell. Yeah.
A lawsuit filed Wednesday
Mm-hmm.
alleges that almost 200,000 Georgia votes were wrongly removed.
Okay.
Do you see that?
Do you know the merits of the
Do you
case?
see that?
Yeah. Do you know the merits of the case? These are alleged. This is alleged. Do you know the merits of the case? Do you know the evidence that they presented to prove that
The Secretary of State
the Secretary
wanted
of State?
to remove people from the voter.
Do you know the?
Okay,
I
so
don't trust
are
Raffensperger
you
either.
saying?
Do you know? Do you know the merits of the case? Is what I'm asking. What is the evidence that he presented that this actually happened?
Please tell me the merits of the case.
I'm asking
Besides the
you.
fact that they wanted to remove mostly black people,
They wanted to.
they literally wanted to remove mostly black people,
Wanted to.
and they did.
Allegedly.
And they did.
Allegedly. So why did they remove, or why did they
They
want to remove?
didn't.
What are the merits, sir? When you're dealing with news, you have to understand. I know it's the hell and you think it's legit, but if they're not telling you the who, what, where, the when, and the how, they're not reporting the news. What are the merits of the case? Who did it? Why did they do it? When did they do it? And what did they do exactly? Can you answer that, please?
So who? The Georgia Secretary of State.
Who's
Who?
a
The
snake?
Georgia Secretary of State.
Who's a snake?
Why did they do it? Because the
Go ahead.
Secretary of State genius.
Is a snake. Yes.
Why did they do it? Because they wanted to win the election.
Okay. And
how did they do it?
What exactly did they
off
do?
of the voter rolls.
Okay. Do you have
Remove people's names off of the voter roll?
I agree. They should not have done that if that's what they're doing in Georgia. Georgia's a very crooked state, and they also
You're God. You just believe.
We also have evidence that the rhinos, the Trump haters, the never Trumpers also counted ballots in Georgia for Biden only that were printed off of a machine that did not come from individual mail-in voters. So yes, there's a lot of things going on in Georgia.
So my question is, wait, stop Western. If they wanted just Biden to win, why didn't they give the 2 Senate races to the Democrats?
I don't know they gave the 2 Senate races to the Democrats.
If the election was so rigged, wait. If the election was so rigged, why every Republican that won their re-election?
Yes, that's the strange thing. The strange thing.
It should have been. It should have been a landslide. It should have been a landslide.
Exactly. Good job. So you have what you have going on is that these lower tickets are winning, but Trump is losing. How does that happen unless we have a bunch of Biden only ballots that just appeared overnight, 4:30 in the morning? Biden spikes. Everyone else stays the same. How does that happen unless you have printed only Biden ballots, which is what the affidavits say? that there are Biden-only ballots, stacks of them, that are being stuffed into the machine, double counting pristine Biden-only ballots stuffed within suitcases. We have that in Georgia. So yeah, I wouldn't trust anything coming out of Georgia. I think Trump should declare executive order that the military go in there and audit everything. The machines, the ballots, everything needs to be counted over again in all of these swing states. I think that's the only solution.
Whoa. Isn't that a little bit authoritarian? Isn't that a little bit authoritarian?
And the president has the right to do that.
Oh, so you have no problem with authoritarianism?
I have no problem with presidential.
So you don't have any problems with authoritarianism?
That's the Constitution, sir. Stop being a liberal. That's the Constitution. If you don't like the Constitution, move to China.
I'm not being a liberal. So wait. What about the Constitution? Power. No, it doesn't. It limits presidential power.
It gives him providential powers to do certain things in cases like this, for example.
Only in wartime. No, only in wartime. Are you pulling the Tim Pool?
Have you read the executive order that Trump gave after you guys complained about outside interference? Have you read that?
Is the executive order constitutional, JiL?
Yes.
JiL.
Yes, it is.
How?
Yes, it is.
Why? No.
Because that's the right of the president. The president has the right to do that.
No. Okay. The only reason why it's allowed to stand because
executive orders constitutional?
Oh no, they were definitely not constitutional.
Okay. Why?
But
because they were executive orders, that makes them unconstitutional?
Yes.
No.
In Congress, it has a desolation of duty not to make and not to hold the president to account for the powers.
An executive order in and of itself is not unconstitutional. It's what is it that your executive is ordering? That's what.
So what's the purpose? What is the purpose of the executive branch, JiL?
Is the purpose of the executive branch?
In the Constitution, what does the executive branch do?
The executive branch is a branch of the government that enforces.
I give you a hint.
Just answer the question, so you don't have to give me a hint. It's a branch of the government that carries out and enforces the law. So that's what Donald Trump is doing.
Who writes the law?
Congress writes the law.
So by definition, an executive order is very close to the line of writing a law, which is a power that the president shouldn't have.
An executive law carries out and enforces laws already on the books. The law had already been placed on the books because you guys were worried about Russia. Remember? So if Trump decides to go into his bag of tricks and make an executive order with a law that has already been on the books and passed by Congress, he is not doing what Obama did.
Mm-hmm. So you would think that Obama, did he have a lot of executive orders?
Oh, he had several.
Wow. So anytime somebody does an executive order, even to ignore the law or to outright do something that the law is forbidding.
When you ignore the law, yes, then you are practicing what you just accused Trump of, which he's not. He's totally within the law, and his court cases are totally within the law. He has the right to challenge an election that clearly was fraudulent, and he has the right to enact executive order, especially with what's going on, I think, in Nevada, where they are blocking audits. So if there's nothing to hide, Democrats, why are you blocking audits? Why are you blocking subpoenas to audit your machines? If there's nothing wrong, then let us see what's going on with these machines.
Really? Are you going to really say that? So if there's nothing wrong, the audit shouldn't be a problem, right?
If there's nothing wrong, why are you blocking subpoenas?
If it's not, no. Your original case was if there's nothing wrong, an audit shouldn't be a problem, right?
Right. If there is nothing wrong, then why are the courts in these states
No,
blocking
no, 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 no,
enforcement of
no,
Trump's
no, no,
subpoenas?
Jill. I'm gonna hold you to this. You said if there's nothing wrong, audit shouldn't be a problem, right?
You should not be afraid to do an audit on your machines if you have nothing to hide. Yes.
What about if it's nothing wrong? You shouldn't be afraid of an audit on your taxes.
Taxes? What? Trump's taxes have been printed on, which is illegal, on mainstream media. What are you talking about,
It's
dude?
not
They
illegal.
investigated. They investigated this guy for 3.5 years and found nothing. Nothing.
Really?
Nothing. Your impeachment was a fraud. Your Russian collusion delusion was a delusion. Now, when Trump wants to challenge, now you're up in arms and whining and complaining and blocking subpoenas. Why?
Mm.
Why are you
Yeah,
blocking subpoenas if there's nothing to hide?
yeah. Sure, sure, sure. Um, the
And
fact
Trump
that
cannot
people have
block
counted,
a tax
have had
subpoena, by the way.
recounted.
Trump cannot block a tax subpoena. I don't know where you got that idea from. But anyway,
Oh, Jill, I swear to God, how does Trump's penis taste? Because you're sucking it really well.
well, when you have no response to the election fraud, I guess you have to go that route.
Where's the evidence, man?
More
Where is the evidence?
evidence. Okay, let me start it in Wisconsin. Let me start in
Please
Wisconsin,
bring it up. Please bring it up. Go
which
ahead.
violated its own constitution.
How?
Wisconsin does not allow early voting except under the strictest of application processes. Yet we have over 100,000 mail-in ballots were given out arbitrarily in violation of the state's law.
Can you bring that on screen to show that state law?
No, I don't have the Wisconsin Wisconsin state constitution
The
on hand.
article there. The article that's saying that. Please, can we bring that up?
I'll have to search for it.
Oh, that sounds like a whole bunch of. Can you please bring up? Let's let me ask. Can you at least bring up your window and search for when it says that brought you that piece of information? Where did you find that information source? I need the citation, please.
Sure, sure, sure. Let me see if I can find that for you. You want
And share your screen.
Wisconsin? Okay, yeah, I'll look for that. Um,
Oh, I think we found some collusion. There we go. That we found
all
that
right.
collusion.
So this is from June. This is from June the 29th. This is Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. And we see in these states are doing this.
Excuse me. Wait,
Yeah,
wait. Pull it up on the screen. I want you to pull
sure,
it up on the
sure,
screen.
sure. It's up. We see that states like PA were doing this before the election. So the Democrats, I have to give them credit. They were prepared to cheat, and they even violated their own laws to get these ballots out. The appeal court limits Wisconsin early voting to 2 weeks before the election, stops ballots from receiving or stops voters from receiving ballots via through email or fax. So these decisions were
Wait, wait,
being
wait,
made.
wait, wait, wait. Stop.
Yeah,
Early voting. Early
right.
voting is a person.
Hmm.
Mailing voting or absentee voting is different from early voting.
Sure, they made it that way. Right. They changed the laws before the election so that they can allow early voting. But only the law says in their own state they had to change these laws. They don't have the right to do that. The only ones that have the right to do that are the legislators in those states. You can only do this if you have what's called an addendum. if you have what's called a referendum, or when you
So
go vote.
is a public health concern
Yeah, I
extenuating
know the
serve.
excuse. I know the excuse, but I'm telling you what the law says. You can only do this if you have voters vote on it.
Hey,
So
what's
if the
the
Democrats
wait,
wanted to
stop,
do
stop,
this,
stop, stop,
yeah,
stop. What is your article about?
the
What is the
article
title
is
of your
about
article?
the article is about, like I said,
What
the
is the title
appeals
of
court.
your article?
I'm reading it.
Okay.
Appeals court limits Wisconsin early voting to 2 weeks before the election.
Stop. Now
Stops.
stop, 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 stop.
Right.
Okay, quick question. We went over what the executive branch does. We went over what the legislative branch does. What does the judicial branch do?
The judicial branch is the courts.
What do they do?
They uphold the Constitution.
And interpret the law based on the
They're
Constitution.
supposed to. Right. They're supposed to. Right. But if they don't see the evidence, then I don't know how they could do that. But let me.
Okay,
What was I
look, look,
saying?
look, look,
So,
look, 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 look. I'm sorry, man. I
mhm.
really have a question for you, right? Um, what's going on? Why do you attach your personhood, your sense of identity to Donald Trump?
Well,
What
I
does that
don't do
mean with
that.
that?
But yeah, I don't do that. So that's a straw man. But back to what I was saying about the appeals courts. These appellate judges do not have the right to do this under the Constitution. What they
Really?
should have done, right? What they should have done, according to the Constitution, if you want to make changes like this, massive changes like this to the election laws, you must do it through a referendum. You must, like, when you go vote. Usually, when you go vote, there's 2 or 3 questions that they might ask you. You must have the people vote on those questions before you can make changes in the following year or the year
Mm.
thereafter. So if, like, there was a question in some of the states this year, do you want marijuana to be legal? And then you would click yes or no. That is the process that they ignored due to COVID.
You
COVID was
know,
their excuse.
you know,
So that's,
referendums aren't binding, right?
but you're giving the
You
people
know,
a chance. What
referendums
are you
aren't
talking?
binding, right?
They ask you a question, they vote, you vote on the answer.
Amendments to a constitution are
That
are
is the
are
only way.
wait,
We're not amending the Constitution here, sir. You're ignoring the argument. We're not talking about
because the
amending the
argument is
Constitution.
stupid.
We're not talking about amending the
Referendums
Constitution.
are just
Questions.
basically
That's it.
valid popularity contest.
They're
That's what referendums
questions,
are.
yes. And that is the way you must do it. You must allow the people to vote on whether you want to extend the voting mail in process. You have to have them vote on it. You can't just arbitrarily change the laws before, on the eve of the election.
So, question. So, why are you against people voting?
I'm not against the people vote. I'm against fraud.
Why are you against people voting?
I'm against fraud.
So, the opportunity for more people to vote is a problem for you. You have to let other people decide if you want to vote, right?
Yep, the opportunity for people to vote fraudulent and the opportunity to break and violate election laws is foreign to America.
So
Yes.
how many votes would you throw out? Because you're right. You're absolutely right. Limiting the vote is not is a thing that America loves to do. So how
I
many
would
people would you allow to vote?
I would throw out the 100,000 mail-in ballots that were given out in violation of state laws in Wisconsin. I would throw out the Nevada ballots
Mm-hmm,
who were casted by people who lived out of state or were dead, hundreds of thousands of ballots. I would throw out
mm-hmm,
those. I would throw out the PA ballots that
mm-hmm,
violated the Constitution in that state,
mm-hmm,
which limits the mail-in ballot voting.
mm-hmm.
That
So
you would
you don't
be
want
allowed.
people to vote if they don't vote like you want them to.
I don't want people to vote fraudulently into stuffed ballot
So
boxes.
what's fraud? What's a fraud? A Joe
Fraud is
Biden vote is a fraud.
when, for example, in Georgia, when you don't have poll watchers and you start counting votes, that's fraud. We have
Poll
that on
watchers. What do
video.
poll watchers do?
Poll watchers
What,
make sure that the ballot is not being stuffed. the
Hmm.
ballot box. And when
So
you
what
count,
about the election officials that were already there?
there
What
were
are they
four
doing?
election officials. None of them were poll watchers. None of them were Republican or GOP poll watchers. They waited until the poll watchers and the media left, and then they pulled out Biden only ballots, we believe, from under the table. That's on video camera. You can't deny that, buddy.
So this whole grand conspiracy that I don't know. Everybody wants to elect Joe Biden. Why? Why do they want to elect Joe Biden?
Well,
What?
obviously, Trump is not someone that they can control. They learned that the past 4 years. They knew that before he became elected, which is why they tried to stop him in his the infancy of his campaign. They tried
So
to
wait,
stop
wait,
him.
wait, wait. I'm sorry. You said Trump can't be controlled.
No,
Wasn't there? Wait, 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 wait.
not
Stop.
by China, at least.
Wasn't there just an instance this Thursday where Trump was pushing for $2,000 stimulus checks to everybody, but his
Great,
aides controlled him.
great.
But his aides controlled him. He said, "No, I'm
His
not going to afford it."
advisors that he put around him, sure. Those are the people that he put around him to help him make decisions, help him make the right decision. When
But
I
you
say
said he couldn't
control,
be controlled.
when
He
I say
clearly was controlled.
controlled by people that I allow to make these decisions, not the deep state. You know the difference between the deep state and people in your own cabinet, genius? Even though there are deep state people in his cabinet, the deep
Yeah,
state.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, the deep state is so deep that even Trump. That's why he did a lot of firing, because
Wow.
he found out that these people were actually infiltrating his administration.
Hold on, man. I'll be right back. I got to go check something.
So, um, while Crimson is checking something, let me give you.
You know what? I don't trust you. I really don't trust you.
I was just
I,
going to give your audience an
I,
update on the voting fraud.
hold on. I'll be right back. So let's go
You
ahead
don't trust
and
me with the.
no, I don't. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, all right. Sorry, had to doing stuff like cooking, like real men do. Um,
Real men cook.
yeah.
Okay.
So, you were telling me about the deep state, right?
Yeah.
So, help me out with something, right? What's the purpose of the deep state? What would they do that is anywhere different from the incompetence that we see from different government agencies and alphabet soups?
Well, I think anytime government is put in charge or controlling something, it goes wrong. Look at Section 8.
What's the problem with Section 8 or the overall war on poverty? What's the problem with it?
Section 8 is a government controlled housing, which, if you ever want to know the difference between Section 8 and private owned homes, just, you know, try leasing an apartment building and you'll see the difference, and allow Section 8 tenants to live there. You'll see the
Mm,
difference yourself.
really? So why do you feel that
Yeah.
they are less than somebody who has to pay rent?
Well, they're not less than anyone.
Mhm.
Ontologically, they're born human and made in the image of God, and all of those things that will apply to any human being. But the fact of the matter is that when you don't give people an incentive to take care of their property because they don't own it, there's no ownership. It usually goes awry, and we don't need to.
Oh
We don't
wow!
need.
Damn
Yeah, we
it!
don't need to look
Damn
any
it!
further. We don't need to look any
Wow!
further than Baltimore, Philadelphia project homes, And you see the difference between someone who lives in a home that they have to take care of and maintain because it's theirs, and one that does not.
I want to actually thank you, comrade. You have just like I thank you, comrade JiL. You have just made the case for
Yes, sir.
worker co-ops.
Worker co-ops. Okay,
Wait,
well,
wait, wait. If somebody owns part of the company, that means they will want to take care of it more, right?
we do own part of the company. It's called stocks.
No, 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 no. That's bullshit. But if
No,
they
of
actually have
course it's bullshit.
ownership
You do.
of the, of course, if they have ownership of the company, because right now people have stocks and 401ks and
Mhm.
they're not motivated. But if they had ownership, true ownership in the company, then that would make sure that they'll take care of it better, right?
Buy 51% of the stocks and you have the company.
Mm,
That's
mm,
what you mean
mm.
by ownership.
Why
Buy
don't you just give your workers 30%? Oh, I'd even
Why
know
would I give you anything you didn't
25%.
earn? Why would I give you anything you didn't earn other than what I want to give you if it's my property?
Right, right. But because productivity is suffering because the employees, by your words, say if you don't own something, you don't take care of it like you would if you owned it, right?
Right.
Didn't
So
you just say
so
that?
so save up your money and go buy the company. You can do it. Just because you're black, I know they told you you couldn't do it, but
Whoa,
just because you're
whoa,
black
whoa,
doesn't
whoa,
mean you
whoa,
can't
whoa.
save up your money and buy the company. Crimson.
Sounding a little race realism there. A little bit of
Sure, because
white
that's
supremacy.
what the left teaches you. The left teaches you that you're black, so therefore you can't get a voter ID. You're too stupid.
Sound, sound JiL, like I'm gonna have to tell you to watch the hate speech, man. This hate
But
speech, man.
hate speech. Where was the hate speech? Can you tell me where exactly the hate speech was? I'm telling you what the narrative is. Maybe you should go to the left and the liberals who are pushing things like critical race theory, which
What
is
is critical
racism
race
against
theory?
whites. They're
Wait,
pushing.
stop. What is critical race
Why don't you
theory?
go to them and call them
What
and
is
say that
critical race theory,
what is
JiL?
critical race theory in a
Yeah.
nutshell? Critical race theory is the idea that your race, if you're white, is part of the problem.
Where do you
Part
see
of
that in critical
it's
race theory? Where do you see that in critical race theory? Please show
well.
me. Please
Let me.
show me
I
a
have a video.
citation.
I
No, no,
have a
no.
video.
I want you to show me
There are
a,
no
a, a
citations, sir. There are
so
no
you're admitting you
citations.
pulling it out of your ass.
Do you know
I want
why there
you to
aren't?
show me an academic paper that
Do you
shows that what critical race theory
do
is.
you know why there are no academic papers showing us what critical race theory really is? You want to know
So
why
are
that
you saying
is?
that there are no such thing as academic
Do you
papers on critical race theory?
right? Do you want to know why?
Are you saying that there are no such thing as academic papers on critical race theory?
I could pull up the website and show you how the speech that is used. Have you heard of the Smithsonian um, exhibit? We'll call it. Have you heard of that?
Please tell me. And if
Okay,
you're citing Tim
so
Pool,
is
wait. If you're gonna
Tim
cite Tim
Pool?
Pool,
No, I'm not citing
yeah,
Tim. No, I'm not. I'm not citing Tim Pool. Have you heard of the Smithsonian exhibit, which talked about white privilege, whiteness, etc.?
yes, JiL,
Okay,
I've heard
is
of it.
that a component, or at least is that something that is derived from critical race theory?
No, JiL,
It's not.
that's not what that is. No,
It's not. So the logical conclusion that comes from critical race theory is not the Smithsonian exhibit.
no, it is
Okay, it's
not.
white privilege part of critical race theory.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so white privilege was in the Smithsonian exhibit. So is white privilege not part of critical race theory?
Oh, I can do that too.
Okay, so white
Is
privilege is
is
racist.
by that token, the Constitution is racist
How so?
because in the Constitution, black people were 3/5 of a person.
Where is that in the Constitution?
Have you read the Constitution, my man?
Yes, I taught the Constitution. Where is that in the Constitution?
The 3/5 compromise?
What does the 3/5 compromise say? And we've had this discussion before, but black people's memory for some reason
We didn't
is
have that.
so
We didn't have this conversation.
We did have this conversation about the three-fifths
No, we
compromise.
didn't have that.
I
We didn't
educated
have that
you.
conversation.
Does the three-fifths compromise say that you are three-fifths of a human?
Do you really want to go into that?
Yeah, I do. Because it's time. It's about time that you're educated on this, and you need to educate your papa and your mama and your cousins too, and your kinfolk on what the three-fifths compromise actually says. First of all, who wrote the three-fifths compromise?
James Wilson, and it was
And
seconded by Charles Pickaninny.
James Wilson was a what? What was his occupation, if you will?
What does that have anything to do with it?
He was an abolitionist, sir. You know what an abolitionist is?
Yeah, I know what abolitionist is.
Okay. So an abolitionist is someone who fights for the freedom of slaves, which were black people back then, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So why would an abolitionist say then that blacks are less than human?
Did the abolitionists say that, or is that the deal
That's
that they
what you're
had to
saying the
reach?
three-fifth compromise says. You're saying
No,
the
no, no,
three-fifth
no, no,
compromise
no,
says
no,
that you're a three-fifths
no, no,
human.
no, 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 no,
Oh, you're
no, no,
backtracking
no.
now.
I'm not saying that at all.
You're backtracking. You
I
just
am
said
literally saying. I am literally saying, if somebody says these are all people, and another person says no, they're not,
And the people that said
who
no,
would you
they're
really
not,
rather have?
the people who said no, they're not are abolitionists. True or false?
That's false.
You just told me that the three-fifths compromise. Do you agree that the three-fifths compromise was written by abolitionists, people who were against slavery?
No, no, that's the premise that you're stuck on. No,
Oh, wow. Wow. Let me get you some information here, buddy. Low information, low IQ. This is what we deal with in the African American community. The three-fifths compromise.
hey, watch that hate speech.
Oh yeah, it's hate speech now. I'm showing you it's not hate speech. I'm
Because
showing
you're
you it's
making
misinformation.
general
Uh,
a generalization on a complete community.
okay.
So, dude, that's
So
borderline bigotry.
right. So what did the three-fifths
I know, right?
compromise say? What did the three-fifths compromise say?
You tell me,
That
Jill.
okay, the three-fifths compromise, it was decided, by the way, this was what we might call a compromise that was reached among state delegates during what we might call today a bipartisan type of thing. But this was reached among state delegates during the Constitutional Convention, and I think in about 1790 or 1780 something. Correct? And the
You tell me.
decision was that three-fifths of the slave population would be counted for determining taxation and representation in the House. What the slave master wanted to do, what the liberals wanted to do, was they wanted to count the slaves as one
First of
person.
all, first of
First
all,
of all, you're
don't
not a
call me a
liberal.
liberal. I'm
You're
not
not
a
a
liberal.
liberal. Okay, be quiet. I'm trying to
No, I'm
educate
not a
you.
liberal. I'm a leftist.
Sure.
Wait, what the fuck? How the fuck are you gonna tell me to be quiet?
I'm trying to educate you, sir.
How the fuck are you gonna tell me to be quiet?
I'm trying
Who
to
the
educate
fuck
you.
do you think you are to tell me to be quiet?
Now he's
You
getting
asked
frustrated.
me, allow you to explain yourself. Do you understand that?
Okay. And when I'm trying to explain myself,
Do
you're
you
cutting me off.
understand that?
So let me
You
finish
asked
educating.
me to allow. Thank you.
Okay, let me
And
finish
also,
educating.
ask, please. Say please.
Oh, please.
Thank you.
Please let me
You
finish
may
educating you. And can you promise me,
proceed with your bullshit.
okay, and can you promise me that you will never again teach black people that the three-fifths compromise says that they were three-fifths of a human being? Can you
No.
promise me you will never again
No.
teach that erroneous, ahistorical, revisionist history again?
No.
Can you promise me that? No, you
No.
can't, because you're dishonest. That's why. So let me continue.
Yeah, I'm dishonest.
Three-fifths. Okay, the slaveholders, the people who still control the minds and even the bodies of African Americans today. The slaveholders wanted to count each slave as one individual. The reason why they wanted to do that, let me explain. The reason why they wanted to do that is because the more people you have in your state, the more representation you have in the House of Representatives. So they
And what was the
wanted to
purpose of
count,
them wanting more? What was
right?
the purpose of them wanting to have more?
Let me explain. They wanted more people in the House so that their vote for slavery would be overwhelming, would be the majority. And the 3/5 compromise says that no, you cannot do that. Because if they allowed the southern states to, and I mean the Democrats, the Dixiecrats in the southern states, if they allowed them to count every black person as one person
Mm,
for taxation and representation, they would have more House representatives and they would be able to pass bills to keep slavery. So,
mm,
in order to prohibit that, the compromise says no, you cannot count them as one person for taxation. This isn't talking about your ontology. This isn't talking about you being a human or not.
mhm.
It was a compromise that had to deal with representation and the House of Representatives. The more people, this is why the census is so important. This is why Democrats are pushing this census, because they want to bring more House delegates so that they can push their sodomite laws. So the more people you have in your state, the more
Hey,
the
wait, stop.
yeah,
You even caught that was just like that's funny, boy. Do you know I listened to the bullshit that you say? Hey, quick question: what is sodomy?
yeah. Now you want to talk about sodomy. So do you
What is sodomy?
understand? Let's get some
What is
closure
wait?
on
No,
this.
you threw it
This
in
is
there. I gotta
important.
ask: what is sodomy?
Okay, we'll get to sodomy in a second.
No. You threw a big word. I'm stupid. I need
It's
to
not a
know what
big.
sodomy is
All
because
right.
when I think about sodomy, I love sodomy. I
Okay.
fucking
When
love
I answer
it.
the question, can we get some closure and some correction on your doctrine, teaching
Yeah.
that the three-fifths compromise
What is
has anything to
sodomy?
do with
What is
sodomy?
sodomy?
Is anal sex,
No,
according to
dumbass.
scripture.
No,
According to
dumbass.
scripture.
Dumbass.
According to
Sodomy
scripture.
is anything that's not vaginal
According
penetration.
to scripture,
I
not
am
according to
telling
the
you.
Not according
I
to the
am
Roman Catholic Church,
I
sir.
am telling you,
You're telling me
sodomy is
based on
anything
who?
that's not
What's
like
your
sodomy is
source?
anything
What's your
that is
source?
not vaginal penetration.
What's your source? The
What's my source?
Roman Catholic Church.
Definition.
Whose definition?
Definition.
I'm giving you the
Wait,
Bible's definition. I don't care what
wait,
definition you have outside of the Bible.
wait,
What
wait,
definition
wait,
are you giving me?
wait, wait. Where are
Google
you getting the Bible definition that you're talking about?
Leviticus 19.
Where did that come
Laying
from?
with a man as if you were with a woman, which is to say you're pretending as though the anal canal or the anal cavity is a vagina. To not be
That's not what
so
sodomy
blunt.
is, you dumbass.
That's what
That's not
sodomy
what
is
sodomy
according
is.
to scripture. That's what
That's not what
sodomy is
sodomy is, you idiot.
according to
Oh my
scripture.
god. Oh my god.
You can redefine it if you want to in your historical revisionism, just like you did with the 3/5 compromise. You can do that, but we're going based off of what scripture says.
so I was speaking of sodomy because this is fun. What was the sin in Sodom and Gomorrah?
There were several sins in Sodom and Gomorrah. One of them was sodomy.
Is
Several
that what they
things.
really is that really what it was? What was it,
Yes,
that was the
yeah.
sin?
There were several
Not
sins. Yes, the Bible lists several different abominations, sins that they were committing, and he
and
destroyed
and
the city.
and Lot
Good
was the one
riddance.
righteous man among them, right?
Yes, God
So
spared
righteous that
Lot and
he
his family,
so righteous that he will offer up his daughter to a rapey mob.
except for this wicked wife who looked back because she wanted to go back to Babylon. She wanted to go back to
Wait. Saul, Lot was so righteous that he offered up his daughters to a mob of people.
well, that speaks to the depravity of that town. If Lot
But
was considered right, if
but
Lot
Lot
was,
was
let me
righteous.
answer your question, please. If Lot was considered righteous and he doing that stupid act, which God never instructed him to do, then you could just imagine the depravity of everyone else in that town. If he is compared by comparison to them, yes, he is righteous by comparison only. So God spared him. What, you want God to kill everybody? God is not a genocidal maniac.
You even had to laugh about that one, like the flood.
Yeah, like the flood. Do you know why
Yeah.
God sent the flood?
Do I have to go to the Bible narrative, the older narrative, the Epic of Gilgamesh, where it was just that humans were making too much noise? Like, like what? Where do we go?
Wow. Did it really say that in the Gilgamesh? I never knew that. Thanks for
No,
educating
the older narratives literally say that yeah, the one god particular was just too pissed because humans were making too much noise. It's like
me.
we're gonna send a flood, and then another god came and told the people like, "Yo, we need to like save everybody," and it was even more people that survived.
That's the Urudu of Genesis you're talking about.
Oh
Yeah. Okay.
God!
Well, God in the Bible, since the scripture says the Bible tells the story the way it really happened, and we know that we can test that in light of science and
What science do we have saying that there was a global flood 4,000 years ago? Please enlighten me.
what Bible do we have saying that there's a global flood? But what the science in the Smithsonian did a study on this. What the science has determined is that the boat that was constructed by Noah theoretically could float. The boat of the Epic of Gilgamesh could not. So we know based on science that if this story is true, the
Hey,
Bible is the correct
quick
story.
question: how did they make a boat that big, literally without nails and screws?
What? How do you know they didn't have nails and screws?
They literally only used pitch to put it together.
Really?
Did you read your Bible? It was put together using pitch.
So you saying that boats can't be made unless you use woods and the Bible doesn't say everything that was used, by the way, in the construction of the boat. It doesn't say
Also,
that he
also,
didn't use
also,
metal. It doesn't say that.
also, quick question. Now, have you actually looked into seafaring?
What is no? What do you mean by
Oh,
seafaring? It's a sea vessel. It's not a boat. It's a flotation device. So it's not a normal what you would consider a boat. It was only designed to float. And theoretically, three Harvard students, or not from Harvard, but from the University of Lancaster, have determined that theoretically, based on the dimensions given, the boat, the craft, we'll call it, the ark, could float in 100 up to 100-foot waves. That's not the case for the Epic of Gilgamesh boat, which is more of a cube shaped boat. Cube boats don't
hey,
float.
quick question. Quick question. So, do you know what happens when a wooden vessel actually goes out to sea?
Tell us what happens. It
I'm
floats.
asking you, since you know that it floats. Do
Yeah,
you
it
know what
floats.
happens?
I'm not going to argue with three graduate students from the University of Lancaster. If you want to argue with them on the physics, can go right ahead. I can send you the article. You
Hey,
can
wait,
contact them.
wait, Jill,
They did the
Jill,
study.
Jill,
I didn't. I'm not a physicist.
Jill. So, by that token, you shouldn't argue with climate change because climate scientists have determined that climate change is real and it's man-made.
You're jumping all over the place. It's man-made. Yes, it is getting a little warmer here because I have my heater on. All right, but yeah, we don't argue with the science. We want the science to be accurate, and we want the
Up,
scientists'
I caught
opinion.
that slip there. You don't argue with the scientists because you want the scientists to say what you want them to say, right?
No, we want them to be accurate, and we want them to be honest, and we just don't want propaganda. We just don't want AOC's new Green Deal. We don't want
What is the
massive.
Green New Deal?
Um, it's garbage.
What is it?
What is it?
Yeah.
It's a 1/5 compromise.
So you're telling me, Jill, as a
It's worse than a
patriotic
3/5
red-blooded,
compromise.
as a patriotic red-blooded American, you wouldn't want the U.S. to be independent of foreign oil? Is that what you're saying?
We are independent of foreign oil thanks to Trump.
So why is our gas? Why are our gas prices dependent on the global market?
Our gas
Be-
prices are not dependent on the global market. Who
yeah,
told
it
you?
is. It
Why?
is
Why?
because as soon as the oil comes out of the ground, it goes on a global market. Do you not like freedom? Do you
It's not
not like to
dependent.
listen to? Wait,
It's not
Jill,
dependent
Jill,
on the global
Jill,
market.
Jill,
It
Jill.
is on the global market, but it's not dependent. Do you know the
Listen,
difference, sir?
Jill.
Oh my goodness.
Are you disagreeing with the military? Are you disagreeing with the military?
Sir,
Because
again,
the military actually has concrete plans that is actually taken into effect for global warming. Do
good.
you hate the military? Do
I
you
don't
hate
know
the
what
military?
I don't know what you're arguing,
Do you
but
hate the
I'm
military?
following the science, whatever the science says. I'm going to answer
Great.
like Mike
The
Pence.
scientists, and including NOAA, including a lot of other NASA, they are saying that climate change is a thing. Do you
Good,
hate the military?
great. Climate change is a thing. Yes, the weather gets warmer, and sometimes it gets cooler, and then
What's the difference
30
between
years
climate
from
and
now,
weather?
it may be
What's
hotter.
the difference between climate and weather?
What did they tell you the difference is?
No, you tell me since you know the difference. What's the difference?
What did they tell you the difference is? Well, they'll tell
I'm
you
asking you.
they'll tell you that weather is short term and climate is more of an extended period of weather. So yes, climate does change. We know this. We can look 100 years, 200 years, 400 years, maybe even 1,000 years, and we can determine that there are peaks and valleys. And yes, climates do change. Whoop-de-doo. So does the sun in its rotation around, or the Earth in its rotation around the sun. Those things change. Whoop-de-doo.
So if it was somebody outside of like government scientists, because deep state, if we found like oil companies where their scientists say we're causing climate change and it's going to be a problem later on, if that was the case, would you accept that evidence as well?
Sure, but you're determining something that humans are the ones who are causing this climate change. You would have to give me relative to other changes in our
Does
atmosphere.
does
What?
carbon is carbon a greenhouse gas?
Yes.
Are human beings using a lot of carbon, a lot more than that they did in the not too distant past? Within the last 200 years,
Yeah.
we've put a
Carbon
lot
is
of
bad.
carbon.
Carbon is bad.
So how does carbon get in the atmosphere, Jill?
Excess carbon or
Yeah, excess carbon
carbon through emissions.
emissions.
Yeah.
Like
Fossil
burning
fuels.
things like fossil fuels.
Yeah.
Damn. So has humans put a lot more they've been using a lot more fossil fuels?
Less than relative to what period of time? And you talking about America? You talking about
Before
the
the
country?
Industrial Revolution,
Sure,
has human used a lot more fossil fuels?
sure.
Mm. And you said you trust scientists. Now, correlation, because we all know, unless there's other evidence, correlation does not equal causation, right?
Right, right.
But has there been correlation with the amount of CO2 put in the atmosphere versus the temperature increases? Has there been correlation?
CO2 is and I don't really consider myself an expert in climate change. Like I said, whatever the science says, I'm cool with. That's what Mike Pence says. That's what I'm saying. We really don't care about carbon or emissions or carbon dioxide. It's a poisonous gas when there's too much in the air. We understand that. You have to demonstrate that this is man-made, that this isn't something that's a part of the natural part of the life cycle
Wait,
on
stop,
Earth.
stop, stop.
Animals.
I literally just asked specifically, was there a correlation with the amount of CO2 that humans are putting in the air versus the temperature rise? That was my
No,
question.
I don't believe.
There's no correlation?
So. No.
There's no correlation.
No, CO2 is a natural part of the life cycle on Earth.
But I'm asking, has that risen
Well,
with
has there been more
the
human
use?
beings? Has there been more human beings breathing out CO2? Maybe we should get rid of the human beings too.
Wow, eugenics, man. I'm
Hey,
surprised, but you know
your
what? You're
party has
Christian,
been
so I'm
down
not
with
surprised.
your party has been down with eugenics for decades now. So why not?
Who? Wait, how is they? How have they been down with eugenics?
Margaret Sanger, abortion, Planned Parenthood, also known as the Birth Control League.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
not
birth
familiar with
control
that, huh?
is the same as eugenics.
Yeah, but I want to go back to the
So wait, 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 wait,
you're
wait, wait.
jumping
By
around
that
here.
token, wait, no, no, stop. By that token, then you have a lot of problems with nuclear power, right?
I have a lot of problems with nuclear power in certain locations. Yes.
No, you should have complete issues with nuclear power
No.
because we dropped two bombs and we poison people on like we have Chernobyl, we had 3 Mile Island. You
Mhm.
you should have a problem. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We have what's that? Fukusami? Fukusai. I forget what that place is. So you should have a problem with nuclear power too, right?
China, Japan. Yeah, I have a problem with them. Yeah,
Hmm.
controlling nuclear powers and waste, and yeah, they're just dumping
What
stuff in
about
the
America?
Pacific. So
What
hopefully the
about 3 Mile
California.
Island?
So hopefully the
What about 3 Mile Island?
Californians. What about 3 Mile Island?
What happened in 3 Mile
Is that
Island
a
then?
conspiracy theory? Have you been to 3 Mile Island?
Really?
Have you
You
been
don't
there?
know.
Have you been there, sir? I'm asking you a question. Have you been there?
What was 3 Mile Island?
Have you been there?
I don't need to be there for us
You
to actually have the information there. What was 3 Mile Island?
So wait, you haven't been there. You heard some information about this conspiracy.
Don't set that standard. Do not set that standard. I'm
Okay.
warning you, do not set that standard. You don't want
So
to set that standard.
so you have some information about an island that what had a nuclear reactor go bad or what?
You tell me what 3 Mile Island was.
Again, like I said, I would not put. I like 3 Mile Island. I like the idea, but it's still too close. If you're going to have
Whoa.
nuclear,
Wait, somebody clip that. He likes the idea of 3 Mile Island. Oh
yeah,
shit.
it's too
Oh god.
close to 3 Mile Island is too close to people where people live. The problem is that we're building these facilities with radioactive gas. And are you suggesting that there's some type of conspiracy to have these things
No, my
malfunction?
only suggestion is if one part of an incident or a concept is bad, that does not throw out the whole rest of the part.
Okay, so are you considering that these disasters are some type of conspiracy uh, to melt down, or that can you have a
No, I am not saying that. I am
theory?
saying that one part of a art, one part of a concept, just because one part is bad doesn't mean that the whole concept is bad.
Okay, so the concept of nuclear power is not a bad one as long as it's safe and there are regulations that are followed. And in these other countries, I don't really trust them with anything. I can't trust them even to um, do business. I wouldn't do business with other countries. I like Trump's idea of isolationism, and we don't need these other countries. We can build everything we need in our country just as long as we do it safely, efficiently, and then these malfunctions won't happen.
Question. What happens with protectionist economies?
What do you mean? What
Just say
happened?
you don't know. Just say you don't know. Just say
What
if the US went completely protectionist, it would be a bad thing, but you don't know the extent. Please just say that.
I
Don't
don't think it
posture
would be
that
a
you.
bad thing. No, no, it would not be a bad thing.
Okay, great.
In
So
fact, it's worked.
where
In
are we
fact,
gonna
it's
get
worked
our
for 4
lithium from?
years. In
Where are we
fact,
gonna get
it's
our
worked.
lithium for to
No,
run our
no one is
electronics?
saying no one is saying to stop bartering. That's not the claim. The claim is that we need to become more of independent, like you would even agree. And we need to start manufacturing these things in our own country instead of relying on China.
Okay, great. So what
Make
we're gonna
America
do
great
with
again. That's what make America great
yeah,
again means again, black
if we
people.
do that, if we do that, how are people? You're for increased wages, right?
For increased wage, that's up to the private owners
Well,
if
if
they
we
want
bring a
to.
lot of shit in the country, which I'm totally for worker protection, be it in in the U.S. or across the globe, because here's the thing: if we bring more if we bring more manufacturing back to the U.S., guess what that does to the cost of goods? Guess what that does to the cost of goods?
They become more competitive in the market.
So because the cost of goods, would what they go up, they go down, they stay the same. What would happen?
Competition would increase.
So competition will increase. And what does that mean?
That means that you get more products and for less money, which is a good thing.
So you get more products with less money. So
Pay
with
less,
the
yes. Cheap gas would
so
be cheaper. Everything would be a lot cheaper if we didn't have to export it. Yeah,
so you're not for corporate profits then?
important. What do you mean? We're
So
profits.
if costs
Profits.
if the price of things go down,
uh
then the corporations won't make the same margin of profits.
No,
Where are they going to make
the
up that
best
margin?
corporations will. It's called competition, sir. It's called capitalism. Say it with me.
Where are they going to make up the profits that they didn't
I thought
have
you were
that they're
against profiteering. Why does that
I'm
matter?
asking the question.
Why does that
I'm
matter?
following your logic. I'm
My
following your
logic,
logic.
my logic never said that I was for companies making a bunch of profit. The profit that you make, company, if you're following a biblical capitalism or a biblical capitalist model, is to give away. That's what your profits are for, to hire more workers, to provide for your state. Your profits are not for you to go buy a new jetliner. That's what
Oh,
the Bible teaches.
so Karl Marx said all profit is stealing. So you agree with him?
No, profits are not stealing. Listen again. Listen again, atheists. Listen again. Pay attention. Pay attention. According to the biblical model, your profit is supposed to be used to one, feed the poor, and two, hire new workers, not to stuff your ballot box, Democrat.
So so question. So Karl Marx said that all profit is stealing because
He's
after you
lying.
taking your
Karl
so
Marx
what
is a
is it?
liar.
So what is it? You don't like corporations to
Just
have
like
profit,
just
or
like your
you want
president.
them to have it? Which one is it?
Profits, making a profit is not, otherwise I'd be a thief. According to the scripture, remember, our morality comes from the scripture, it doesn't come from people like yours. Our morality comes from the Bible. The Bible teaches responsible capitalism in that
No,
you
it
are
doesn't.
to,
It
it does.
doesn't. It
I can prove
doesn't
that.
because capitalism didn't exist
Sure,
during the
sure.
Bible days. Just
It's
like
the,
people say that Jesus was a socialist. No, he was not, because socialism didn't exist.
did grapes exist?
Yes, it
Okay,
did. And
did
grapes are a
Welch's, okay.
physical
All right,
item.
I'm not
Capitalism
finished.
is an
I'm not
ideal.
finished. I'm not finished. Did the concept of grape juice exist in the ancient times?
Yes,
Okay,
Jill.
did Welch's grape juice exist in ancient times?
No.
Okay, thank you. So the concept of capitalism existed. Private ownership, private property. That existed in the scriptures, bartering and exchanging goods, making a profit. The Bible talks about making a profit. But what you do with your profit is where the Bible strays from the crony capitalist. Okay? What
So,
you
Jill,
do
tell me
with your
something.
property is you help others, you provide for others, you hire more workers. You don't
So
stuff
tell me something.
your belly.
So tell me something. So tell me something. That's do you know what profit is versus with gross? Do you know the difference between net profit and gross profit?
Yes.
So what's the difference?
Why are you giving me
What
exams
is the
on,
difference?
well, one has, it has to do with taxes. It can get more difficult. I don't really want to get into the intricacies.
wait, wait,
It has to do
wait.
with
No,
taxes.
no, no. Okay, okay. Let me explain. gross profit is just all the money that you pull in. Net
Mhm.
profit is the after you've taken all the money that you put in, you minus your expenses, and there's your net profit.
Right.
Now,
Right.
with Charles,
Revenue, taxes,
with Chuck
overhead.
Marx,
Yes, we understand that.
what Marx was talking about was net profit was stealing. What you're actually advocating is the shit that literally he's advocating for. He was literally saying the money that you make off of selling your goods, you should actually go to employees to make sure that they have a living wage. So please,
That's still
please,
your decision to do that. It's still your private ownership's decision to make that decision, not the government's. What I'm saying is that a biblical worldview, we are commanded to do that. You're not commanded to
wait,
do
whoa,
that
whoa, whoa,
by the
whoa,
government.
whoa, whoa,
We are
whoa,
commanded to do that through the scriptures, through our faith. That's what
wait,
you're
wait,
missing.
wait. Really? Are you saying that for real? Are you really
Yes.
going to say what the Bible commands you to do?
Yes, we follow the morality of the scriptures, not the
Which one, the
morality
Old Testament
of
or the
venture
New Testament?
capitalist.
The Old Testament or the New Testament?
Both.
So what does your Christ say about possessions?
What is your
I actually no. What does your Christ say about possessions?
what is your history say
Acts,
about the 3/5 compromise, which you strayed
Acts,
from when you were
Acts.
proven
Answer
to
my
be
question.
fraudulent in your teaching?
Hey. Do you have the Heelys on because you pivoting a lot?
No, you pivoted.
What does your Christ say about possessions?
You pivoted like 20
What
times.
does your Christ say about
What
possessions?
does it say about possessions?
No, what does your Christ, your Messiah,
Oh,
the center of your religion,
yeah, let me
say
answer
about
that.
possessions?
Gather as much as you can so that you'll have more to bless others with. That's the overall teaching about possessions in the scripture.
No, does he have a direct quote
Direct quote.
of what to actually do with your possessions? Does he have a direct quote?
Um, it depends on the context in which you're referring to. If you're referring to the conversation he had with the man, where he tells him to sell all of his possessions and follow me, that had a context that had nothing to do with capitalism or ownership of property. If that were the case, he would have told the same thing to Abraham. He told that to that man in context, sir. Context is king, not
Did,
your false
so he only said it once
historical
about.
revision.
He only said it once. Did he
He
only say
said
it
it
once?
to the man to test his loyalty because he knew, God being God, that this man was not going to be willing to give up everything to follow Christ. I'm willing to
Wait,
give up everything
wait,
to follow Christ. I don't know
wait.
about
But
you.
he knows everything, but he needs to test somebody.
Yes, to show
He
you your
knows
heart.
everything,
To
but he
show
needs to
you,
test somebody.
yes, let me answer that. To show you your heart. He wants to show you your heart. He already knows your heart, but he wants to show you how wicked you are. So he asked the man, hey, well, you want to follow me, right? Sure you do. Well, sell all your possessions. Oh, no, I can't do that. Exactly. Bye. Keep it going. Keep it moving, like we would say, like the blacks would say. Keep it moving. Because
Dude, what casual racism, dog?
you're really not. Well, that's what black people say, don't they? I teach blacks. I know what they say. You're really not following me because you want to follow me because I'm God. You're not willing to give up your material things to follow me, then that means you're really not with me. There were some people that Jesus did not heal because of the lack of their faith. There were some towns that he would not go to because of a lack of their faith. There were some times where Jesus turned around and he had thousands of people following him, and he said, stop following me. You're only following me because I'm providing you with food. I'm multiplying fishes and loaves. You're really not following me because you love me. You're really not willing to give up everything for me. Thus placing himself in the arbitration, placing himself in the prerogative of God, because God is the only one who you should give up everything for. So that was the point of that. That was the context of that conversation. That was not a normative or a prescription for living. Christians, based on the overall context of scripture, are to gather as much wealth as they possibly can. not for themselves, so that we will be in a position to be lenders, the scripture says, and not borrowers.
Hey, so what is your what is your what is your idea about like needles, man? Like for real. Like should they be super big, like big as like, should be like 10 feet big? Because like
You
I
mean the
mean like
vaccine?
we need to get a camel through a fucking eye of a needle, man. We definitely need to get a camel through the eye of a needle.
I know one
Because
needle. I know one needle that's not going through my arm, and that's this COVID vaccine. I don't know about you, black man.
hey Jill, quick question.
Did you get the
What is my
vaccine?
name? Wait, before we go there, what is my name on the screen?
I don't know. I wasn't. It says Crimson 60620.
Oh, does it say black man?
You're black, aren't you?
Does it say black man? How
You
about if
are,
I start calling you, hey, little bitch, MAGA
yeah,
bitch,
that's
Trump
fine.
bitch?
That's fine.
Oh, wow.
I
Damn.
wouldn't.
You have, yeah,
I'm a born
okay,
again Christian. That doesn't affect me.
sure.
If you got saved, somebody calling you black wouldn't bother you either. If you got saved,
Say from what?
God's wrath,
Wait, so why am I subject to judgment of God's wrath?
because you're a sinner.
Did how am I a sinner?
You were born in sin. You were born in a position to whereby you can never live in eternity with a holy, perfect God. So you were born that way. And unless you were born again, unless
Wait,
God
wait,
changed,
wait. Stop with the processizing. Quick question.
huh,
Who set up the conditions to make me a sinner?
who set up the conditions? You mean who created everything from nothing? God.
So wait a minute. I'm subject to judgment for a decision that the person who sets up the judgment makes.
So should God have never created you?
I mean, like if you want to go philosophical, is non-existent less painful than existence? Look, people have been asking that for millennia.
I
Quick
agree.
question: Would it like how did you get saved?
God sends his spirit to what we call regeneration. God sends his spirit to
So God saves you from Himself
from
with
his wrath.
Himself.
Yes, from sin. Yeah.
So wait a minute. But like, was there any symbolic thing or any symbolic gesture that would have accomplished that?
Well, Christ's work on the cross.
So God sacrificed Himself to Himself for less than a 3-day weekend to cleanse the world of sin.
3 day weekend. It took longer to count the ballots in PA, but yeah,
Yeah.
just,
So wait a
yes,
minute.
he
Your
saved them from.
God stayed dead from Himself for less time than it took to count ballots in a man-made election.
In Florida, and they had twice as many people inhabitants in Florida. It took them, they did it. They were managed to get theirs
Because
done in
they
one day.
counted early. They
Yeah,
counted the mail-in ballots
PA
early.
PA counted the mail-in
Wait,
Biden
wait,
only
wait, wait,
ballots
wait, wait.
early
You're
too.
pivoting. You're pivoting. So you're telling me God is saving me from Him who set up the system, who also had a plan to save me from Himself by sacrificing Himself to Himself. Is
Yes,
that what you're saying?
right. That's what we call God's grace.
Mm,
God has delivered us
that sounds like a
from
narcissist.
righteous judgment through no act of your own, but His unmerited favor
That sounds
saves
like a
you from
narcissist.
that judgment. Yes, that's what it means to be saved by grace, to be delivered from righteous judgment. God has a right to judge evil.
Who sets the standard of evil?
God.
So it's subjective.
It's subjective from the one who created everything from nothing. So yes.
So if God created everything from nothing, then
Mhm.
who created God?
God is self-sufficient. He was not created. He always existed. He is the uncaused, the first uncaused cause, if you will.
How?
How?
Yeah, how? How is it if everything requires a cause? How is something an uncaused cause?
Everything that's physical in this world, in the physical realm, requires a cause.
But everything is physical. So how can somebody
No,
that's
everything is not
outside of the
physical.
physical world interact with the physical world?
That's your presupposition that everything is physical. I don't
No,
believe
I'm asking it. So if something is outside of the physical world, how can it interact with the physical world?
it. Why couldn't it?
I'm asking how, not why.
If it created it from nothing, then why would it be limited to interact with it? That's like you making a cake and that you can't eat it now. That makes no
But
sense.
a cake is physical. I'm asking
I'm
a
giving
serious
you.
question. How can something that's not physical interact with the physical world?
It's called the supernatural, sir.
But if it interacts with the natural world, it automatically becomes natural. So how can it become how it can be supernatural if it's outside of the natural world?
It does become natural, and we call that the sun. That's how he interacted with us.
But before that, you're saying that God was not natural; He was supernatural.
Before that he interacted with his people through types and shadows, through rituals, through civil and ceremonial
But
laws.
a shadow is literally physical. It is a physical representation of an absence of light.
A
That's still
foreshadow,
physical.
a foreshadow of what's to come. If you read Shakespeare, he does the same thing. So
But
the
again,
physical manifestation of God came in the New Testament. That's the difference between the Old and the New. The Old
so
Testament
again, I
is
asked
types and
before
shadows.
God was physical, how did he
Mhm.
interact with the physical world if he wasn't
Mind to
physical?
mind communication. Mind to mind communication.
Mind to mind communication still requires physical act. I am looking
No, it
at
doesn't.
a computer screen. I am looking at a computer screen that actually reflects light off of whatever light source I have to my eyes, or even from the computer screen. That is still causality.
Okay.
That's
Again,
what
that's
causality
your
is.
presupposition, sir, that you need to have a physical interaction to do mind to mind communication. We may somehow discover how to communicate through mind to mind. Maybe in 1,000 years,
And how would
we
that
may
be?
have.
Is it radio waves? Is it ultraviolet frequencies?
We don't
You
know.
know? Is it
It's
bosons?
supernatural.
Is it is neutrinos? Please tell me because we still have
How
physical.
many dimensions are there? How many dimensions do
11.
scientists say they may be? It
It's
might be.
11.
Okay. So are you in all of those dimensions, and do you know the parameters of all of those dimensions?
Do I know the parameters? No, but
God
that's an
does.
argument. That's an argument from ignorance. Do you
So,
know it?
so, so we know that there are other dimensions that exist, and we only are in three. We only exist and know about three of those dimensions. So, who's to say that in some of these other dimensions there is that ability? You can't say that you're agnostic when it comes
So
to that. So,
for
just be
instance,
honest and
what
say you
you're
don't
actually
know.
saying, Jill, but you're actually still you're not addressing the problem because if there are in the other dimensions, they're still part of the physical space that we inhabit.
Right, but in those dimensions, the laws are not the same.
No, the
So you
laws are
can't
the
apply.
same.
You cannot
That's why
apply.
it's
How do you
11.
know that?
That's
How do you
why
know
it's
that?
11.
How do you
It's
know
11
that?
dimensions because it's 10 dimensions plus the extra dimension of gravity.
How do you know that the laws that govern this dimension or the three dimensions that we exist in are the same as the laws that govern the other dimensions? You don't. You're agnostic. Just move on.
What does agnostic? What does a religious belief have anything to do with scientific or physics understanding? What does that have to do with
Physics and
anything?
science has can only measure the dimensions in this time space continuum that we have here, and we can't even see 16.9 million light years or so, billion light years in this universe. We can only see as far as. So again,
We can only see as far as what?
16.9, I think it is. Like,
Is it really 16 or is it 13.4?
13.4. Okay.
And why is it that we can't
I
see
think
that?
it got up to 16.
Why is it that we can only see that
Because
far?
of the speed of light. Okay, I'm not here to answer scientific questions. Because
We know you're not.
because you
You're
don't have
nowhere near capable of answering scientific
because well, I answered
questions.
all of yours because you don't have anything to bring to the table when it comes to the origin of anything. So I don't even have these
Do
discussions.
you? Besides, God did it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's more than what you have. You're
Wait,
agnostic. You're agnostic when it comes to the origin of everything. So let's not
who
even
are
go
you?
there. No, I'm not.
So how did God do it?
How did God do it? I'm not. See,
Yeah.
the question of who is not the question of how.
Oh God.
You
Oh
have to tell me how because you don't believe that God did it. So you're the one that have to explain how. That's why you're agnostic because you don't
we
know
have
how.
that's called cosmology. That's
It's
how.
cosmology. Does cosmology deal with the origin? No. No,
So
cosmology doesn't deal with the origin of everything. It only deals with what happened after the Big Bang, supposedly the quote unquote Big Bang. So
so
cosmology can't help you with origin, son.
okay, great. Look, I'm glad we're having this conversation. So you've already admitted with cosmology that there's no young Earth, right?
The Earth is as old as the oldest star. The universe is as old as the oldest star. I don't know how old the
Wait, what? What?
the
Wait,
universe is
what?
as old as the oldest star, wherever
Wait.
that
So
might be.
how old is the oldest star?
Who knows?
Hmm? How
Who
old is the
knows?
oldest star?
Who knows? If you're talking
So
about the universe, as you know it,
is the Earth young or not?
the Earth, I don't know how old the Earth is. I know how old civilization is.
How old is civilization?
I would say anywhere from 10 to 20,000 years.
So you don't believe in young Earth creationism?
Well, it depends on what you mean by young Earth creationism. The Bible
The
doesn't say.
6,000 year time frame
Well,
that's
I've
floating
heard
around.
I've heard some great
No,
arguments on
no.
both
I'm
sides.
asking, do you believe in young Earth creationism?
I only speak where scriptures speaks, and scripture doesn't answer that question.
Mm,
So we'll have to look to God's other book, the book of nature or science.
mm, mm.
But the Bible tells us
So,
that,
so let me ask you a question. Seriously.
yeah, even right.
What? Look, on a personal level, and we're going to end it in a little bit. Why do you, Jill, need a God?
Why do I need a God? Well,
Yeah, why do you need a God?
who said I needed a God?
So why are you a Christian? Why do you need a God?
Who said I needed anything?
So why are you a Christian then?
Why am I a Christian? Because God saved me. He chose me through grace to deliver me from his righteous judgment
So
through
why do
no
you
act
have
of
to
my
have
own.
that? Why do you have to have that belief that you need saving?
I don't have to have it. God saved me by grace. And the evidence that I have that he did
Saved
so
you
is
from
the
what?
scriptures. From his righteous judgment.
So why do you think that you have righteous judgment against you?
According to the scriptures. That's what the scriptures teach.
So why do you have to have that belief that you have righteous judgment against you?
Because the scriptures demonstrate it to be divine rather than merely human in origin. Through
Hmm.
predictive prophecy, through
No. You're telling me what the scriptures say. I'm asking you,
Mhm.
why do you need to believe that you have righteous
I,
judgment against you?
again, I'm going based off of what scripture teaches. And
Why do you
scripture
need to believe what
demonstrates.
scripture teaches you?
I'm telling you why. Scripture demonstrates itself to be reliable. It has never been proven false. And the predictive prophecies of
wait,
scripture are
wait, 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 wait,
100%
wait,
correct
wait, wait.
100% of the time.
Tyr is still
You don't
around,
want to,
right?
you really don't want to know the answer to these
Tyr is
questions,
still
do you?
around, right?
Who?
Tyre is still around. Excuse me. Tyre is still
Oh
around,
boy.
right?
Oh boy.
Egypt is still populated, right?
Whoa, Gish Gallop. Whoa, wait a minute.
But
Wait a minute.
I'm
Where you
asking
going?
you,
Gish Gallop,
outside
are
of the
you,
Bible, what makes you
sir,
want to
wait a
pick
minute.
up a belief that the
No,
Bible is actually true?
you,
What in you
I
makes you
just
believe
told you.
that?
I just told you through investigation. I investigated the scriptures. I investigated other religious claims, and
Why do you
it's
need a religion?
determined.
Why do you need a religion?
Why do you need to misrepresent what the scriptures teach? So I can flip that
No,
and
this
ask
is
you the
not. We're
same
going to
question.
ask this question. Why do you need a religion?
Who said I needed it? Again, that's your presupposition that I needed
You're
it. I was
using it.
saved by
You're
grace.
being cloaked in it. You're associating your personality to it.
I was
Why
saved
do
by
you need a
grace.
religion?
I never said I needed it. It's your presupposition. That's your assumption. Don't make an ass out of yourself by assuming. But
So
you brought up
why do you need?
Tyra. Again, you're asking a question I answered 50 times already.
No,
I
you
never
just
said I
keep going
needed it
to. So you don't need one. So why don't you just leave Christianity alone?
because I'm saved by grace, and He dragged me into His kingdom through no act of my own by His
See,
unmerited favor.
you keep going back to that. Why do you believe that you're broken?
Why don't? Because the scriptures teach that, and the scriptures demonstrate it to be reliable, unlike CNN.
And so again, you're going back to you need to feel broken. Why do you need to feel broken?
I
Because
never
you're
said I
searching.
needed to feel broken. That's your
So,
assumption.
so no, you're because you're saying that the scriptures teach you. So you have
That's
to
right.
believe that the scriptures
But
teach
I
you
don't need to
that you're
believe
broken.
anything. I don't need to believe anything.
So why won't you just leave Christianity alone?
Because again, I was saved by grace through
Say from what?
deliver.
Why do you need to
Oh
believe
my
that you're
God.
saved?
How many times do I got to answer that question? You keep talking about why do I need to believe? Well, first of all, I hold to Reformed theology, which says that God chose me. I didn't choose him because I believed that I wanted to be or desired to be saved. So you're dealing with the wrong Christian if that's the route you want to go down. We
So you
believe
don't
that
believe.
God's grace through his son's sacrifice on the cross, through no act of our own, by his unmerited favor, God gave us this deliverance, this salvation, if you will, by grace, not by works. The law is compromised of what we should and should not do regarding man and or loving other men and women and children.
Mm.
God's law of salvation has nothing to do with what we do and how we treat each
See,
other.
I'm giving you an opportunity, Jill. Now I'm going to ask this question one more time, and then if you don't give me a direct answer, I'm going to kick
Mhm.
you out. Why do you
Okay,
feel
that's
that
fine.
you're broken and you need saving?
Again, I don't feel that I'm broken and that I need saving. So
But you're here
you're
to so
asking,
much.
you're straw manning.
I'm not saying if you believe. I'm not saying if you believe it
I
because
don't
you
feel.
obviously believe it. Why don't you?
Why?
I'm not asking if you believe it because you clearly do. Why do you feel that you are broken? What is it that you feel that you're
Because the
broken?
scriptures say so.
Yeah, see, no, no, no. So bye, Jill. All right, guys. All right. So this was actually fun. I'm gonna put this in chat. Don't come in doing anything crazy. If anybody wants to join, I'm gonna end this in the next 20 minutes. Got some things to do today. Anybody want to come in and have a conversation? Because that was fucking fun. That is fucking fun. Bye, Jill. Anybody want to come in? See, this is a problem with people like Jill. They're so afraid of being themselves. They are so scared of having to be mediocre. It's just like the fucking Proud Boys or the Nationalists, where it's just something in them. They just feel like if I can't attach myself to something bigger, then I maybe just be shit. And quite frankly, I, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Because, dude, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to think that, yes, because of the human experience, we may have some issues. But to think that you're worthless and you need a big savior, I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh no, if you can't hop in, that's fine. If you can, like I said, I'm closing this down at 10 my time, which is in another 15 minutes. Oh, that is fun. I don't know why JiL keeps coming on because he thinks he can stop me, and I'm clearly. You know what JiL reminds me of? He reminds me of fuck, who is that? Call for Uprising. He literally sounds like Call for Uprising, which is that's something that you do not want to do. You do not want to sound like Call for Uprising in both rhetoric and his tone and manner. I still doubt that JiL is African American. I doubt it. Or the way he would say it is that he's not African American. He's a Christian. God, how? If you're coming in, yeah, no, he can't wind me up. The shit is funny as hell. It reminds me of he reminds me of just like some of the shit that I see. And I do want to thank him, however, because if I didn't deal with him before, I couldn't do half of the fucking, MRA or, nationalist crowd that I fucking see because, oh God, like this is the reason why, like people like him is the reason why we have such a fucked up system because they associate their self-worth to, they associate their self-worth to a daddy character. So yeah,
Lamau.
What's up, Vegeta, man?
Thou shalt collect capital.
I know, like
thou shalt exploit the workforce to get that monies.
I mean, like you would think after the third obvious trap that I put him in when I ask a question, you would think like maybe I should just like stop falling for those traps. But like, yeah, I think what it is, I think the reason why JiL, because like this isn't the first conversation I've had with him. This is like the third conversation with him. He knows every time I'm gonna kick him. He knows it. I know it. He knows when I start hammering on the question that I'm gonna kick him. I think he likes the attention. Like I say, he's always my tsundere.
This is why I just don't deal with JiL or people on his caliber anymore because it's just a waste of my fucking time. I do two things. I will argue a point with people who listen, and with complete morons like that, if it's in text form, I'll just state my case, have some evidence so that if someone else stumbles by, maybe they'll read it and be like, oh, this guy's a fucking moron.
Well, the thing about it is, I make no qualms about it. I do want to do YouTube kind of full time. And of course, like you see the big like lefty YouTubers that actually have the streams where they do commentary and shit like that. So I make no qualms about it. Like I literally have a passion for this. It's better than the fucking bullshit job that I have. And when I say bullshit job, I mean in both ways, that the job is shit and like it's one of those bullshit jobs. So, if I can't have conversations with people like him, then it's fine. I'm like, what I'm doing this for. But like the fact is, I want if JiL is still watching, which I know he probably is because he likes my attention. I want this motherfucker to tell me exactly what things like socialism or communism is. I want that. I want him to.
I was waiting for you to ask him that.
He would, obfuscate just like crazy. And I'm telling him, look, I am literally telling him that I know the shit that he's gonna say if he was to ever do that video. And like I bring it up because I was just watching another creator saying that we know exactly what people who hate communism or socialism would actually say about what it is. We know, we've heard it before. Bread lines, the people in the party actually are running things and they're getting all the money. The police are always listening to your conversations or arresting you for nothing. We know
Hey,
that
that
that's
sounds
what they're going to
familiar.
say. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. All the money
Sounds,
going to military and shit like that. Yeah, we know what they're going to say.
huh. Kind of sounds like something that starts with an F. Can't quite put my tongue on it, but it's a F word. A lot of leftists and liberals whine about it all the time. Wonder
You
what
mean the
that is.
federal government? I mean, oh, sorry. Shit. Damn it.
Accurate, but I was thinking a shorter word. One of them isms.
Shit. Fascism light, like we have right now in America. Even before Trump was actually elected, we still had fascism light. The
Fascism?
nationalism that you see.
You mean daddy police officers oppressing me with his gun penis?
Oh God.
Oh yes, please, daddy officer, please give me all the freedoms. Yes, please beat me with your beautiful stick of justice. It's wonderful.
Well, if that's what you call it. But I haven't seen Afro samurai porn. Anyway. Dude, I'm gonna kick your ass, man. I've been needing help and you ain't been doing shit. You haven't been on.
Look, I've been focused on other things. My PlayStation is not even plugged in right now.
Yeah, I've been getting my ass kicked. I had to reset the server to a start point after I've done like a lot of shit. But yeah,
Damn.
no, your ass needs to get back on. I got a month left on this Conan.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I've been getting paid. Can you link your what is it, your Patreon or whatever the fuck, so I can, not Patreon, PayPal or whatever, so I can like, pay for my half of the server?
Oh, it's in the fucking description.
Yeah, I got you. Hold up.
But dude, like, yeah, no, fuck. I know you're trying to get some shit done. But yeah, dude. How is that music thing going?
It's going pretty well. No, I'm trying. I meant do you have a PayPal or something, so I can just give you like $15 to cover my half of the
It
server?
is in the description.
I see Streamlabs, Etsy, Twitch. Unless you mean your channel description.
Oh no, it's not there. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I need to fucking update that then because I thought I put that shit in there. It's Crimson 60620 PayPal.
All right, hold up.
That's all it is. I actually have it for of course I'm an artist. And by the way, I'm actually gonna be working on a fucking art stream. I was supposed to put something in there for JiL gave me the dislike.
No. It's okay.
Boo hoo.
No, it's okay. It's still more engagement.
You know what? Here's the thing. Here's the funniest thing. Like, I not like I judge my channelhood or manhood by him, but it's like you ever notice like people that talk shit about you and you realize that hey, at one point y'all was at the same, and then your shit actually grows better than what theirs is, and you don't have to buy subs. We're not saying that JiL buy subs. You know, people love him droning on about stupid shit. But like, man, JiL, if you're still watching, check your channel subscriptions. See how much are you versus mine. And by the way, thank you for that subscription, man. Thank you. It's on my road to 1,000.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But anyway, I'm about to end it. I'm slow baking some motherfucking ribs, some baby back ribs. That shit is fucking awesome. And I'm gonna probably get on and do some art. No, like this was awesome. Oh, by the way, everybody, please, everybody, as I do every time I'm on the show because they're fucking help me out a lot. Utah Outcast. I was on the show for a little bit last night, so check out the show for the rest of the week. It's fucking awesome. Also, who else did I want to actually shoot out? If you haven't done so, there are like, dude, like I want to make sure that everybody that I know, like, check out Sparkle Cat's Twitch stream. She's doing um Stardew Valley. She actually has a fun Twitch stream. If you can go over there and give us some support, let me see if I can put up a link. Because these people have actually these people have actually like enjoyed my content, so I might as well tell you guys to enjoy theirs. And of course, Purple Rhymes with Orange. He was in the chat. I don't know if he's still in the chat right now, but he was in the chat. He actually has some great streams. I'm trying to shoot out everybody who's actually supported my channel and channels I watch. But before I go, you got anything you want to say, Vegeta?
Just remember, being not JiL is the baseline. You still got to check your own brain and make sure you don't believe shit that's just as stupid that you just haven't gotten to yet.
This is true. This is true. At least he's better than G-Man.
That's debatable. I feel like G-Man G-Man is just more like raw, honest. I'm a fucking idiot. Whereas Jill's like, no, I'm not stupid. I'm just stupid, but I'm not stupid.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I'm taking this stream off of air. You guys enjoy. I'm gonna probably be doing a lot of streaming today. So please don't get don't get mad at me if you see me streaming a lot today. It's gonna be doing a lot of streaming today. So all right, guys, I do want to say thank you. And like I said, if you are on Twitch, I'm gonna put this up. Purple, you're gonna be running a Christmas stream, a Christmas marathon. All right, great. I will be tuning in. And everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.
Okay.